Come on in, my guy.
The king of Bachelor Nation.
How are ya?
Got a wet hand for you.
You want to do some Starbucks?
I would love to do so. I need some caffeine right now.
All right, last year we checked out Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
And we did it with our buddy Dan.
Yep.
And we tried some flavored holiday coffee.
And if I remember correctly, I hated what
You weren't a fan.
And I love Dunkin' Donuts.
It goes to show, you can put a lot of caramel on it, but it doesn't solve the problem.
I don't even think there was coffee in it.
So we taste tested coffee and then did a game show where we promptly lost. Probably bad to drink a bunch of sugar before needing brain organs.
And caffeine. And doesn't matter how many group breathing exercises we did.
No. What are we gonna do here? What do you want to get this year?
I saw something for a sugar cookie almond milk latte.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Shall we?
All right.
No problem. No problem.
Yes.
Anything else?
That's it.
It's gonna be 10.50.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Hey, cheers. Taste
Cheers.
test.
Cheers.
Let's
Taste
go for
test.
it. First sip.
Hope it's not too hot. Oh my God, that is incredible.
Ooh. The
Toasty.
coffee forces its way through the froth,
Yeah.
cooling it.
And it's just like, what do they got on top of this? Oh, it's got like, it looks like nerds.
We have a red and green sort of sprinkle formation on the inside with an almond milk froth.
Do I got froth on my mustache?
Just enough.
Just enough to make it work. Did you ever do that when you were a kid where you would be taking a bath and you'd beard it up?
A beard, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wish I could have done that. You can't do it with a mustache. You either go full beard or nothing at all.
All right. Should we do a lap? Let's go for a ride. It's the rainiest day of the year here in otherwise sunny Los Angeles.
I feel like my ancestors are calling me a wimp, just even being upset about rain.
So yeah, you can't complain to your New England family about the rain because they go, well, I tell you, and you go, listen, it's cold out here at night, all right?
It's cold. They don't insulate homes in Los Angeles.
You know what pisses me off? When family visits and then they will tell you what time it is in their time zone for like 7 straight days.
Yeah.
They'll be like, well, it's 9, and you go, Trish, you've been here for a month.
Yeah.
No one cares what time it is in New England.
No one cares. The only one that cares is your mom because she goes to bed at 8:30.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? The older you get, like your parents go to bed early, and then being on the West Coast, it's like you have to call them at 3:30 p.m.
And yet my mom will still call me at 8 a.m. her time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Ma, it's still 5 a.m.
That's why you get up at 5:45. It has nothing to do with the Bachelor recaps.
No, it's my mom's farm-like schedule. Now, are your parents, do you see them for Christmas?
No, I usually like to, but this year it's just kind of not in the cards. We're still recovering from COVID, so I think it'll be nice to get away, to not be with them in a way, but I obviously am gonna miss seeing them.
This is a big year for you. You lost some weight?
I lost 53 pounds.
Oh, cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
Golly.
Hey. And now I'm drinking it all back. The amount of sugar I've had today.
And you haven't drank.
I haven't drank 77, I believe, 77 days sober from alcohol.
But this didn't start as like did it start as a goal, or is it just a one day at a time thing?
Well, so basically, I went viral in the drive-thru of a McDonald's, and you know this, Dave, and anybody who...
When I saw this, I go, Tasha, Tom went viral. And it was like, what was the subreddit called? It was like...
awful humans or something?
And I go, oh no. But I was expecting you to say
Way
words that you shouldn't say, and you didn't.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, this isn't that bad.
See, that's the thing. What it really became is it wasn't... People were like trying to cancel me. Well, you can't cancel someone that doesn't say anything, inflammatory. I literally just wanted my food. Anybody who's gone to a McDonald's and waited a long time and then to only for them to say it's cash only and there's no ATM, they know my pain. I think it was very relatable.
Was it a bottom for you this year? Was
For
that
sure.
That was the moment? So was it the internet shamed you?
Well, it wasn't as much the internet shame as it was the self-shame. You know, you don't get a chance, you know, as an entertainer, you get a chance to see yourself at your best all the time, right? Like, you know, you get to see a video of you being hilarious on stage.
Control the narrative.
Right, exactly. But, you know, with that, it was just like, oh, damn, well, I was drunk driving. You know what I mean? And not enough to like crash, obviously, but you know what? I had drinks that night and I was driving, and that was a wake-up call. You know, like, how many times are you gonna chance it, Waylon? That I kept saying that to myself. I was just like, how many times are you gonna chance it?
So this was almost like a guardian angel.
Yes.
And no, so this is a guy who films you from his point of view. So clearly the audience is going to be on his side.
Of course.
But either way, regardless, we're never defined by our best days or our worst days, right?
No, of course not.
And that was it. So at that point, you were like, all right, let's clean it up.
Yeah, it was a situation where I was like, you know what? I'm just holding myself back too much. I'm just always finding a reason not to be my best self. And I just realized the common denominator was alcohol. So it was just a situation where I decided, hey, like, give it a shot, dude. And it started as Sober October.
Okay.
So it was Sober October. I'm going to do the fad and just not drink and everything. Ended up, I just felt great. I started losing extra weight. I started feeling better about myself. I started to forgive myself for certain things. And, you know, I just started feeling better. And, you know, I wanted to be like The Departed. I didn't want to be a product of my environment. I wanted my environment to be a product of me.
Wow. What a gift.
What a gift. It was a blessing. People are like, literally, I got hate mail yesterday and the guy was like, blah, 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 like, you baby, you know, piece of shit, man, child, whatever he was saying. I hope you die. I got death threats for this, Dave. I got multiple death threats. And I just said, oh, like, thank you for, you know, for caring. You know, I was like, you know, I kill him with kindness. And then I said, this was actually a huge blessing. And he goes, you mean a curse? And I was like, no, it was a blessing because I got to look at myself and say, you're not doing it right. And I got to stop drinking. And, you know, like, I'm a godly man now.
It's almost like, you know, like, is it Scrooge? He gets to see his past, present, and future, right?
Yeah.
And you got to see your present.
Yes.
So you got to see through the eyes of a viral video yourself and not your best life, which we've all had. I mean, Tasha videotaped me when we were in New York, like on the ground. I dropped street meat everywhere, and I was picking up. I was wasted. I was picking up 1 grain of rice at a time, and I had like my tiny little boxer briefs on. I'm like overweight and I'm bent over, and I was like, you burned those photos. But I was like, that's not your best side. But you know, the internet can be a cruel place. So for you to I mean, were you able to appreciate it right away, or was there a lot of anger?
Well, I immediately forgave myself. I immediately just forgave myself and said, it happened, you acted this way, now all you have to do is never act that way again.
Okay.
And so I forgave myself, so I didn't have any resentment towards myself. And honestly, all the hate, and it was a gross, what's the word I'm looking for?
The wrecking ball swung past the target.
Exactly.
Destroyed everything else.
Yeah, destroyed the city.
Which it always does online.
Yeah.
The wrecking ball never stops at the target. No. It'll annihilate you.
It ended up being the greatest blessing I've ever gotten. I messaged the kid. I said, thank you so much, because you really allowed me to see the worst parts of myself that I got to change.
Did he respond in kindness, or?
He did not respond in kindness. And this guy was looking for a Reddit viral video.
Yeah. That's part of the problem, is we're looking to find people at their worst. And Einstein was asked, what do you think one of your best quotes or ideas ever was? And he said, the idea that when you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things change. And it's like a metaphysical thought where you can decide if you live in a friendly world or an unfriendly world.
Yes.
And people that are trying to dunk on each other all the time online are living in a world where they're looking for the Karens of the world.
Yes.
And that's just a world that you don't have to partake in. And you were pulled into it through your own actions.
Yep.
And able to see that through a fresh set of eyes.
Sure.
And I'm glad to hear that you have made some changes for yourself, not because you needed to, but because you felt like you could improve yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a journey of self-improvement. You know, like, this is an unforgiving city, Dave. You know that. You know, like, but I was forgiven. And that's like, I think I count myself so lucky, and I have so much gratitude for the fact that I was able to bounce back from this, that, you know, people ask me like, hey, if you could go back and just not do it, just leave the drive-thru, or just never pull up to the drive-thru, would you? And it's like, well, you know, common sense would say yes, but no, I think I would still do it.
It was, you know, when I watched it, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised it wasn't as bad as it could be.
Pleasantly.
But, you know,
yeah,
that's the world we live in. So,
and you were a very kind and supportive friend when it happened. You were like,
well, I mean, to be honest, you don't want to find out the next day someone hung themselves, because getting shunned in society and getting ostracized is one of the worst things you can do to somebody. And we know of comics and other people that have felt that like they didn't have a community and ended up taking their own lives and wild things like that. And that's what cancel culture is all about. Is of course, you know, you want to be able to like teach people a lesson when they've rightfully done something wrong.
Sure.
But the pendulum always swings too far. And then it's just a matter of, do you have the headspace to see your way through it?
Yeah, 100%. And I think, you know, with the support, I have like such incredible friends. I really do, you know. And that was the other thing. You know, something like this allowed me to see the true supportive and loving friends that I have.
I got to benefit from this because I went to your birthday party and someone brought you McDonald's food. and I was actually really hungry. And there was just like a McChicken waiting there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm eating one of Tom's McChickens. If you don't get a McDonald's sponsorship from that.
I really should, dude, honestly. And you know what? That was like that was the best birthday I've ever had. And that really truly showed me I don't have to drink.
Yeah.
You know, if there's anybody out there that wants to stop drinking, but they feel like they won't be able to socialize as well, or you have holidays coming up, or you have birthdays coming up, think back to all those holidays before that you've been drinking. Were they really that good?
Right.
Because you fighting your uncle is not a good Christmas. You know? So like maybe not
all full of humans on Reddit.
Yeah.
Tom fights his uncle.
And just like, you know, like maybe a change is a good thing, and you know, like try it around the holidays, because it's not as scary as you think.
It's a good time to start thinking about it for the new year. I always say if you want to make a big move, don't wait till the New Year's, but now's the time to really go, all right, what can I get out of my system? What can I figure out? I wanted to ask you this.
Yeah.
Favorite or most nostalgic Christmas toy you've opened?
Oh, geez. You know what? That's gotta be the OG 1994 Game Boy.
Wow.
And I remember because my mom and dad, they put it, you know, because the Game Boy case was kind of small, but they wrapped it in a Macy's box.
Oh,
you know, like
deception.
a big garment, you know, box
yeah.
that
so you're thinking it's like clothes or something.
And I remember, because I am such a baby, I remember opening, I'm like 5 years old, I'm opening this thing and I'm like in my head already crying because I didn't get the Game Boy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my God, clothes, you know, when you're a kid, clothes are nothing.
Yeah, you don't need it.
You don't need clothes. You have a million clothes.
You're not gonna win over any of your friends with a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, it doesn't matter till you're in like late middle school, early high school. And I remember opening that up and seeing that Game Boy, which then seemed so small, but it was really gigantic.
Oh yeah, especially your little hands.
Yeah.
It's like a brick you're holding.
Oh, it was like having a Kindle, you know, or like an iPad. And
couple buttons, you're ready to go.
Ready to go. It's like no color.
I don't even know the sound, but it makes a little noise.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like Mario. You know, I'm playing hella Mario. I really loved this gift. My dad had like a, you know, little work area in our basement that he would like, you know, fix stuff or whatever. And I remember for like a week before Christmas, he was like, don't go down there, you know? I was like, okay. So Christmas comes and I got good gifts and everything. But like, you know, I was just like, oh, okay, well, we're done opening gifts, I guess. And then my dad goes, let's come with me, Tommy. Tommy, come on. And I was just like, what? And he walks me down the stairs and we go into the tool room or the work room, and he had set up a whole like what are those cars that you? Yeah.
And you got a little like corded.
Yes.
Not wireless, but a corded trigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he had built a whole track for me.
Oh yeah.
On his workbench, and I remember, and he had got, I think I got a foosball table that year. I think this was the year my dad got some kind of big bonus or whatever because it was a great Christmas. But me and him would just go down and race those race cars, which in hindsight is such a lame thing. You're just watching this car go around.
Yeah.
There's no real like speed or skill.
But that shows how important the memory is, that the actual toy itself were garbage.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
They weren't
yeah.
anything great, but it's like, well, it's the time spent.
Exactly.
I did a toy drive. Did you hear about this?
I did, which is such a beautiful thing to do. Now, who do you decide who to give the toys to?
This is the hard part, because I didn't want to take any personal money, because I didn't want to have to deal with people being like, what, where are the receipts at? So I chose Toys for Tots, which is, they can take gifts, like actual gifts. They have drop-offs, but they also do like what is essentially like a GoFundMe. So I was like,
cool.
all right, let's set it at 10 grand and see if we can get there by Christmas. We got there by December 1st.
Wow.
Yeah. People donated $1 up until I think we had $500 donations.
Yep.
And they just kept coming in. Christmas morning, you're just running into the streets seeing who's got, a new hockey stick or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that was another great gift. The hockey goal.
Oh, yeah.
We put that to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
As an adult, you just realize it's less about the toys and more about just like
The love.
Yeah, just if you can see your family. Like for Thanksgiving, my family and we all went to Disney World.
Oh, I went to Disney World the month before. I went to Disney World at the end of October with my family.
It's such a weird place to go, but like
I love
families,
it.
It's great.
Oh, I love it. I'm the type of weirdo that will probably ask my future wife to have our honeymoon there, because I just love. So the idea of going to a island, right, is beautiful. Like drinks by the beach and massages and everything. No, I want to go on Tower of Terror. You know what I mean? Like, I want to eat a turkey leg, and then
tell me you didn't eat the turkey leg.
I didn't eat the turkey leg.
Oh, good.
But I actually have never eaten the turkey leg, but it's just so synonymous.
It's a good idea in theory, but yeah, there's something in that.
I want to go to Space Mountain and then go out to dinner. Like, that sounds like heaven to me.
Yeah, we did the Harry Potter universe, because Tasha's obsessed with Harry Potter. And it's so funny when you find out your person has a thing that they like, it becomes like super easy to buy for them.
Yeah.
Because anything Harry Potter, it is like a go. I'm hard to shop for.
You can get you some brewing stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like, I don't like sports apparel.
Really?
I don't like any logos on my clothing. I don't like being branded, and I feel like it's because I don't want to give someone else permission to talk to me.
Right.
I have my Patriots hat. I don't even wear it because I don't want some stranger hit me up when I'm in a Starbucks line.
Some guy that came out to Malibu to do rehab at
No, we're talking about Brady and what we think he would have done, and it's like, no, I didn't need that.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're in New England and you wear a Patriots hat, no one looks twice at you.
No.
You're in New England.
Yeah.
So what's big picture for Tom Whalen?
Big picture for Tom Whalen.
Let's get real self-actualizing.
Oh God, I think my heart rate just went up to 170.
Nothing that's off limits, no limitations.
SNL, writing on SNL, performing on SNL, or hosting on SNL. I also want to sell a TV show, and now who knows what chronological order that all happens in.
So, would you have this drink again?
100%. Now, if they sold a zero sugar version, I'd get it every day. But this actually was one of the more tasty Starbucks coffee items I've ever had in my life.
It didn't feel like that much sugar, which I don't want to know how much it was.
It's probably a lot.
Sugar, by all means, is like a real evil in my life.
It really is. Yeah, we all need it for whatever reason.
Can you feel it when you've had sugar? Can you feel the brain fog? Like, can you feel the mental side?
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been stumbling all over words during this, and it's probably because I had potatoes and, what I mean?
We'll have to, like, slow things down.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I feel I retain water, and and I don't feel like I'm the smoothest version of myself. And with all that said, it's still a struggle to cut it because it is my addiction. Thanks so much for
bro, thank you,
chatting with me. It's good to hear all the good things going on in your world. And I would, if I could offer any suggestions, it's to just be easy on yourself, because that's what I'm trying to do with myself, is just be kinder to myself. We're so mean to ourselves, and we've set the bar so high that how can we possibly accomplish anything?
You know, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, you're gonna make mistakes. It doesn't make you a bad person.
No one's a harder critic on you than yourself. So
yeah.
And Tommy, where can people find you?
Fake Tom Whalen on Instagram. You know, just on Reddit, man-child freaks out at McDonald's and assaults me.
Someone's gonna be Googling it now.
Someone's gonna be Googling it, and just remember,
assault.
and
yeah.
that's just the other thing. Is like it says assault, and there's zero assault.
Oh, that's funny.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
Get in here.
Dude, it's our yearly Christmas coffee.
I know. It's got to be every year. All right, brother.
Go give this guy a follow. Send him some love.
Love you guys. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and happy Kwanzaa.
Enjoy the rest of that. What is this called again?
This is the sugar cookie almond milk latte.
All right, thanks for the sugar cookie almond milk latte car series that we have here.
Thank you for the actual coffee.
See you next year.
All right, see you next year.
Social media has always been about perfection. You put out the perfect photos. We all expect everyone else to be perfect and never have committed a crime or made a mistake. And that's just not the way the world is. That's just not the way it is. And I think we need grace for growth and give people the space to do better, try again. So, big cheers to Tom for fighting his demons, overcoming them.